Excerpt number 3, RABASH writes, And he said to him, I am the Lord who brought you out of Ur of the Chaldeans to give you this land to inherit it. And he said, Lord God, by what will I know that I will inherit it? And he said to Abram, Know for certain that your descendants will be strangers in a land that is not theirs, and they will be enslaved and oppressed 400 years. And afterwards, they will come out with many possessions. Here too, we should understand the answer that Abraham received to the question, by what will I know that I will inherit it?
Abraham asked, how can I be certain that I am addressing my children? By children, he means all the students who follow me. So how can I be certain that I'm leading them correctly to the right state, to the right goal, and that they will reach that and enter spirituality, and they will inherit the spiritual state? They will come to you and adhere to you and realize the goal. That's the meaning of the question. How will I know that I will inherit it? By what will I know that I will inherit it? That they will get this gift of the land of Israel, of the desire that is entirely to bestowal, to love. So what does the Creator answer? In the beginning, you'll be a foreign land, in the foreign land, meaning they'll be in exile. They won't feel they have these desires of connection and love. It will be the opposite. They will be tortured for 400 years. 400 means a whole degree, 4 degrees. They will try to come out of their ego, but they won't be able to do anything. And once they try everything at their disposal in order to come out of the ego and to reach connection and love between them, and they won't be able to, they can't, then they will cry out, and I will save them from that place, that exile. And then they will come out with great possessions, many possessions, meaning they'll be able to take from that place of exile many vessels, with which later they can reach the highest degree. Up until the height of the whole ladder. With what they take from the will to receive, called Egypt. You later go to correct, and by that you rise, you correct and correct and correct. All these vessels, they came out of the will to receive, only in order to bestow. You add them the intention, screen and coarseness and reflect, and then reflected light, then you reach the height of the Creator. Here too, we should understand. Here
too, we should understand the answer that Abraham received to the question, by what will I know that I will inherit it? Since the Creator's answer was to this question, as it is written. And he said to Abraham, Know for certain that your descendants will be strangers in a land that is not theirs. And afterwards, they will come out with great possessions, many possessions. Thus, the question was about guarantees on the inheritance. And the answer to the guarantee was that the people of Israel would be in exile. But is exile a guarantee for inheriting the land?
Meaning, this is clear, that if Abraham asked, how can I be certain As much as I'm certain that they'll follow the right path, they'll reach the purpose of creation, the final correction. Meaning, what did he ask? To begin with, he didn't ask about the Creator not giving the corrections and strength. He asked about the desire of people, just as we see it today in this world. Does anyone have a desire for the final correction? No one. They don't even know what it is. They don't. They can't tell because they don't feel the depth of the ego they should correct. And then what happens? That's what Abraham asked. How will they take the desire? From where? Such a big desire to correct their own ego with all its true depth in order to rise to the highest degree. Through the ladder, 125 degrees until they can climb to you and be attached to you. Where will they take it from? Ordinary human beings have no desire for that. And that's called being some guarantees for the inheritance. Meaning, how can I be certain that they'll inherit the Holy Land, all the spiritual degrees in the 5 worlds that they could climb and acquire, rather than falling in the middle of the path or not even begin to climb the ladder? The main thing is for them to have deficiencies. That's Abraham's question. And
Salam explained the meaning of this question. It is known that there is no light without a kli, a vessel. That is, it is impossible to receive filling if there is no lack. A lack is called a kli, a vessel. And when Abraham saw what the Creator wanted to give his sons, he said, I do not see that my sons will have a need for that spiritual inheritance of the land.
yes, where can they take the need for such big spiritual attainments? Because this goes against the desire. If the desire would work along with the attainment, with the feeling, with the understanding, the spiritual understanding, that's something else. But it goes against the desire. I have to suppress my desire. I have to turn it from in order to receive to in order to bestow in each and every degree, higher and higher and higher. So how can I reach a state where I have this drive?
Drive is excellent.
Impulse, drive. That's how they tell me.